The rivalry between actors Bill Murray and Lucy Liu behind the scenes of Charlie's Angels is a story that went viral on the internet at the time. It turns out Murray said something very mean to Liu while filming one of the scenes in the comedy. He supposedly stopped the scene and pointed to Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, and said to Lucy Liu, "I understand why you're here, and you have talent, but what the hell are you doing here? You can't act." After that, Murray was replaced by Bernie Mac. Josh Hartnett simply called Harrison Ford an old fart. Yes, it happened. It all started with the filming of Homicide Division, which apparently went to hell for everyone. However, the situation got so horrifying between Ford and Hartnett, the two couldn't even look at each other. During the film's publicity tour, both were offended several times, even with the cameras on. That's what I call professionalism. Despite Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes being a couple in love in Romeo and Juliet, the mood was far from romantic between the two in real life. In fact, Danes even said that his scene partner was extremely immature. In contrast, DiCaprio called his partner salty. Can you believe? Anyone who watches Marvel's Iron Man has no idea that the gossip was great here. Some sources claim that Terrence Howard, who plays Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes, and Robert Downey Jr., star of the film, can't stand each other. Howard said during a 2013 interview that Downey Jr. pushed him and took his money, as well as claiming that the star kept him from a big payday to act in the film's sequel. The actor also added that he would never work with Downey Jr. again. This one isn't all that new. The duo that's shown in the series Sex and the City hate each other a lot. With the success of The Attraction, the character Samantha Cattrall became one of the darlings of the public, and people say that Parker was not happy about it, since he was the big star of the plot. Gradually, she tried to convince the rest of the cast to exclude her colleague. The fight is so ugly that Cattrall won't be returning for the revival slated to debut in 2022. That Shia LaBeouf lives getting into some controversies we already know, right? However, what many people don't even suspect is that he and actor Tom Hardy really don't like each other. At the time of the filming of The Breakers, in 2012, the stars had some arguments on set and, in one of them, LaBeouf went up to Hardy and punched him. According to the actor himself, he was tired of some of his co-stars' attitudes. At the time they starred together in the feature Batman Forever, Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey had some friction. According to an interview with Carrey, Jones even said he hated him when he met him in a restaurant. "I went over to greet him and I noticed he was nervous. That's when he said, 'I hate you. I really don't like you.' I was like, wow, okay. Well, what's going on, man?" And he said, "I can't approve of your antics." He didn't want to work with me at that point, Carrey said.